Hi, and welcome to ADHD Wonderwoman Coaching. I'm Martina Nankavel, a psychiatric physician assistant, ADHD expert, and coach. As a physician assistant, I was tired and fed up of having my clients take medicines and therapy, but not finding true lasting results, not finding true transformation with their ADHD symptoms. So I said, enough is enough, and I created an ADHD coaching program that's all-inclusive, a one-stop shop for everything you need now to help your ADHD get under control. So today we're going to talk about the Zeigarnik Effect. What that means, or what that entails, is ultimately that means that once we start something, it's in our brain and it's harder to get out of our brain, and we're thinking about it until we complete it. So this can work for our benefit and for our detriment. So I'll go into those two things today. Why this is important: as ADHDers, we only have certain mental capacity, and we only have so much mental load before our brains get overwhelmed, before we shut down, before we push things away. Our goal isn't to push things away and shut down. Our goal is to function, thrive, and be successful and continue forward with what is important. So this principle, or this effect, is a good to come back to think, okay, what I start, it's going to be running in the back of my mind. So it's good to start it in order to be able to continue working on it. So for example, if there's this presentation at work, or this Google document, or this book you want to start writing, or something you want to get going, but you just have this mental block, or there's something holding you back from it, just take 2 to 5 minutes, 8 minutes to start it. Then once you've started it, it's going to kind of be in that back burner in your brain, right? It's like a file on your computer that's just kind of running in the background. It's going to remind you and say, hey, you started this. Come on, let's get back to it. So this can look like, kind of like I said, a started project at work that you start. So if you're having difficulty getting going and getting started with something important, just start the first few steps, and then this principle will kick in, and that it'll help you get motivated to continue through. The good thing with the Zeigarnik Effect is that you're more prone to then continuing and finishing things that you've started. So just kind of getting going and buckling down and getting going is what will help you come back to it and finish it at the end of the day. So that's a lot of times what we need, just kind of a kick in the booty, something to get us going. So that's great in that regard. But on the flip side, it can be negative too, because it takes up space in our brain that we could be using for other things. It can take up physical space if we started a project but didn't complete it. And it can take up financial burden in the sense that we maybe spent funds towards starting something, but now we have an unfinished product or project and we can't use it. So I like to use this principle in 2 ways. So if we're having difficulty getting going, this is great to get you motivated to go, because you've already started it and now it's kind of in the back burner and you're going to keep working on it at some point in the near future. On the flip side, it's really important to think about what you really want to start and make sure it is priority for you to start that, because if it's not priority for you to start, then we probably shouldn't start it, because now we're taking up mental space, mental load in our brain thinking about it. Now we're taking up potentially physical space if you started a physical project but it's not completed, and or using finances towards it. So it's just a good principle to come back to be like, okay, should I use this to kick me in the booty to get going on something that I've been needing to start? Well, I should start it then, and it'll help me continue going. Or should I really do a deep thought into, is it good to start this? Is this just another shiny object in the corner as an ADHDer that I want to grasp and start? Am I starting too many things that I'm not finishing? So it can be a good measure or guide to say, do I even need this in my life right now, or should I finish unfinished tasks first? Should I completely just write those unfinished tasks off as like an experiment that I tried, but I'm completely closing that door, kind of like closing it in my brain too, so I don't keep thinking about it? Or is this something worthwhile that I really do want to try and pursue? So let me get started on it now. So that's kind of working in the back, right? Keeping me going to work towards it in the future. Hope you find this tool and this effect helpful. I find it helpful, and it's just good to kind of come back to some of these principles sometimes and say, hey, am I going to use this for my benefit? And in what regard? Am I going to use it for my benefit to start something I'm having difficulty getting going on? Or am I going to evaluate and really be sure that I want to start the project before, because I know it's going to take up physical space in my brain, I know it's going to potentially take up physical space, and I know it potentially is going to cost me money to get going on this. Thank you. Right below in the description how you use this effect to benefit you. Have a good day. Thank you.